Hello Star Citizens, Buzzkiller here, and welcome back to the channel. So today, Alpha 2.5 was finally released to the live servers. So in this video, I wanted to go over the major features and changes in the new patch. So let's get started. Probably the biggest change in 2.5 is the addition of Hex Station. Hex is located in the Yela asteroid field, and in the current build, it contains two new shops. Scudder's is a small weapon and armor shop that specializes in energy weapons. KC Trending is a clothing shop with some unique selections of clothing. This includes the famous Lies t-shirt. Aside from these shops, Hex is where you'll spawn if you run afoul of Crusader security. This replaces the old penalty timer and allows those with a crime stat to get right back into the action. Those without a criminal rating can still fly to Hex manually, but it will take some time to get there, as unlike your less scrupulous counterparts, you won't be able to jump directly to the station. So you might be asking, why would a law-abiding citizen even want to go there in the first place? Well, due to several recent attacks on cargo transports, energy weapons and certain armor sets are no longer available on Port Olisar. So if you want an energy shotgun or a laser rifle, you'll need to go to Hex to get one. The fastest way to get there, aside from breaking the law, is to quantum travel to the ICC probe. From there, you'll have to jump to Yela. In the distance, you should see the asteroid cluster that surrounds Hex. I'd suggest taking the fastest ship you own, as this is still quite a long trek. Once you finally do arrive, I'd suggest taking your time and exploring the station. There are some really cool areas to be found, including the station's old cargo hold. Now this part of the station is in ruin, so make sure you're wearing a spacesuit before venturing there. In future patches, Hex should expand to include its own bar and even a new racetrack. Another major feature added in 2.5 are three new flyable ships, the Reliant Core and two variants of the Argo MPUV. Now I already did an overview of these ships in a previous video, so make sure to check that out. Now that 2.5 is live, I'll be doing a full review of the Reliant in my next video. I'll also be announcing the winner of the Reliant giveaway, so stay tuned for that as well. Aside from Hex and the new ships, CIG has also made a few changes to gameplay. Among them is Landing System 2.0. This system makes it much easier to find an appropriate landing pad and land on it either manually or automatically. The new system comes with the added benefit of being able to raise or lower your landing gear at any time. When you get into your ship and take off, you'll be in landing mode. While in landing mode, you are limited to 50 meters per second, similar to the IFCS Precision mode. In order to travel at full speed, you'll have to press N to raise your landing gear. When you're ready to land, you'll have to slow down to below 50 meters per second and press N again to lower your gear. If there's an authorized pad in range, it'll be highlighted by a green square. Your assigned landing pad will have an additional arrow pointing to it. Any non-compatible or unauthorized landing areas will be highlighted in red. In order to land, simply approach the assigned landing zone, and when prompted, hold down your N key to engage the autopilot. Another change to 2.5 is Player Health System 2.0. The new system shows much more granular damage states for each area on your character. The player health is still spread out among the various parts of the body, but they now go from normal green to yellow for hurt, red for damaged, and finally dark red for ruined. Now the devs were going to add new penalties for damaged limbs, such as decreased speed and limping for leg damage, weapon sway for arm damage, and even blurred vision for head damage. But as of yet, I haven't been able to confirm these animations in-game. The last major addition to 2.5 comes in the form of a new ship weapon. The M7A is a new size 5 laser cannon that now comes stock on the Starfarer's top turret. This massive cannon can also be mounted fixed onto the Vanguard's nose mount for a deadly addition to its available firepower. Along with the new features, 2.5 has made a few notable fixes and changes to existing systems, as well as some ship balancing. First off is some good news for Gladius owners. The ship is much more responsive and maneuverable now. This was a much needed fix that brings the ship more in line with the other fighters. In my personal opinion, the Gladius still needs another slight increase to either maneuverability or weapons payload in order to be more competitive versus ships like the Sabre and Super Hornet. But this is a step in the right direction. In another change, missile pylons on most ships can no longer be removed. This prevents players from pulling the quad racks off the Vanguard and putting them on smaller ships like the Gladius or Avenger. The 325A's missile racks, however, can still be removed and placed on other 300 series ships. Several new animations have made an appearance as well. Ships like the Cutlass and Avenger Warlock have gotten updated entry and exit animations, and FPS movement has received some updates too. They've also added some side-to-side sway to pilots in certain ships performing lateral movements like strafing. The game's lighting system has received a major overhaul. This effect is most notable on Grim Hex, but the update has caused some other issues as well. Most notably are bright light sources such as ship lights and Crusader's main star. These sources have become extremely bright and can even blind you at times. So I'm hoping these issues are addressed soon, as they can be quite annoying. And finally, we have even more new and changed key bindings. I won't bore you by listing them all, so make sure you go check the patch notes and the key binding menu so you'll be up to speed with all the new buttons. And with that, it's about time to bring this video to a close. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If so, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for my latest content. You can also follow me on Twitter. Links to my various social media and gaming profiles can be found in the description of this video below. So, until next time, this has been Buzzkiller, and I'll see you in the verse.